I'm so glad we got this habitat built as well. Like, this is such a cool breeding habitat for the Amur leopards, and they can finally start breeding. And I think we have an inspector's report ready for viewing. Whoa, we got 5 stars and everything. Wow, it literally just flashed off. There it is. So 5 stars. They loved the Père David's deer, the Dama gazelles, and the bush dogs, the other Dama gazelle. They even like the Dama gazelle male habitat. That's great. And our tapir and Asian small-clawed otter. We got 5 stars for education and cleanliness. So I think we're doing a pretty good job. And hopefully these drink stalls are working as well. There's no one working here, but I think that is helping our guest needs out. And we've just crossed $1 million as well. That's pretty cool. Well, if we're crossing $1 million and one of our worst things is marketing, maybe we should do a little bit of marketing. Where is it? I think it's in finances. Yeah, marketing. We're only doing cereal box adverts. Maybe we stop this one and we do TV commercials. Now, it's much more expensive, but it will, yeah, 5 stars in marketing now. It's really going to help us out. And we're also missing the habitat cameras. I know we've done them in a lot of the habitats, but I don't think the Père David's deer have them. I think these guys are missing one, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know if there's a way to look at them. I think you can from here. Can you look at them in this menu? No. Unless it's in facilities. I don't know if they show up there, though. No, they don't. Okay. Oh, we've got cameras here, actually. Okay, cool. So linked habitats. Yeah, we don't have Père David's deer, but we have all of the other habitats. So let's put a little habitat camera in here. I think they're here. Yeah, habitat webcam. Cool. And if we put this on... Yeah, let's put it on line to surface. This is probably not a bad shot here. If we just push this into the wall slightly. There we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we've got our habitat camera there. Oh, and it's snowing. Wow. Okay. And then we're going to need a habitat camera for the leopards as well. Now, they are probably going to... Oh, this is the males one, isn't it? So this is quite a big bedding area under here. I wonder if we have it down here. I think that's quite a good one for the male. And then the females one... I mean, I know they're both in here. Oh, look at them. Wow. Oh, they're both in here as well. Cool. I think the females one could go here. That would probably be a good shout. Oh, I've just missed it as well. Habitat camera. The camera wasn't helping me out there. We sync that in. That's probably a reasonable shot. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it misses this one right now. How is everyone doing in the cold? I know that these guys are okay. But I think actually I missed the heater in the elephant habitat, didn't I? Yeah, there's no heater over here. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a heater in. Because I want to make sure everyone's nice and toasty warm. Let's put this on the back. And that can be 30 degrees, range 20. And that way, yeah, if they've come here to warm up, look, they're cold. They can get much warmer now. Little baby. Oh no, who's attracted protesters? Oh, bush dog. Why have you attracted protesters? Because you're cold. Why didn't you just not sleep outside of all the warm areas? I'll tell you what, move over to the warmth and you won't attract protesters. There we go, look how much warmer you are. You're an adult, you're supposed to be able to do this yourself. Okay, the temperature will rise rapidly now. Yeah, it's like 30-degree heat. Okay, they're fine. The guests are going to be a little bit cold, but that's to be expected in winter. I feel like if you rock up to a zoo cold because it's snowing, that's kind of on you. Like, you traveled here. And these guys are such a small area that's not hot. I think they're fine. Okay. And our temperature is going back up now, so everyone's fine. It doesn't snow for very long here. That's why I'm not putting in long-term measures, because it literally snows for like a couple of days and then it goes back. And they do have heaters in all of their shelters, so they have places they can go. And usually in the rest of the habitat as well, they have places they can go where they can be warm, and it's not like they're that restricted. Oh my goodness, look at the babies eating. That's adorable. Oh, I love these guys. When we've got a few babies by the same mother, I think these are breeding really well, actually. When we have a few babies by the same mother, we can then change it so it's like one family group, because they're supposed to be a female family group and then a male that's not related. So we could probably release our herd, like keep a few females that are related, release the male and the other females into the wild as like a herd, and then we can get a new male in and breed with our female family that we've cultivated in the zoo, basically. And the same with the elephants. Like, we probably got too many female elephants because we bought a number of them, and really, we're going to end up just releasing them back into the wild. But at least they'll be released with a baby, so we've done a good job there. And in the meantime, it gives them a nice family group. They've got, you know, and the guests have something more to see, and hopefully draws them to the zoo to learn about all our animals as well. Speaking of our animals, we do need to sort out the work zones here, because there's only an Africa zone, and we now have 4 habitats in an Asia area. So I think they need their own work zone. The staff buildings are so far away as well. We're going to build another staff building right in here. We're going to have another little section. So for that, we're going to need staff facilities, turn off our blueprints. I'm going to put a large staff room in just because we can afford it now. And I think I might even just build... I suppose we need to see what the negative range is, the negative impact. Okay. That's probably not bad though, because we could just tag it on to the side of this habitat. I think let's build out with a path. I think that's far enough back where it's not gonna do anything negative. Yeah, that's more than enough back. Okay, cool. Well, we can easily add this in. I'm also going to put a large keeper hut in here. So we've got a staff room, a keeper hut, and I think maybe we have another research center. Although we've only got one. And it's not going to be that much closer for a lot of these than that one. So I don't think that's really necessary right now. Unless we have more animals. Okay, I'm going to put one in because we've got the space. Let's put a little research hut in there for our vets. And then if we've got more animals over here, we can research them way quicker. That seems good to me. It is on a slight slope, but that's fine. Now, staff path-wise, perfect. We can put a little strip in there, which is what we want. And then just adjust where these things are. I think I'm going to get rid of this bench and move the bin so it's on that little piece of fence where the bench was. And other than that, our benches just need to slide very slightly out the way. But that seems good to me. Let's decorate up this building and give it some power too, because at the minute, none of these are powered. Oh, that's so unfortunate though. They could be powered if we just adjusted where these were. Okay. Does this have a negative impact? It does. But not if it's here. Will that be within power? Apparently yes, but I don't see how. This solar panel is on maximum range as well, but is this powering everything? It says it is. Okay. Well, that's not the worst thing. I don't like that this is on a massive slope, though. Okay, I think that works. It's very weird, the terrain here, but I think we've smoothed it out. It all seems good now. And if we make this long grass as well, it'll blend in much better. In fact, I don't think this is long grass out here, but we can definitely make it long grass along this edge. Okay, and then for the actual theme, I think we need to keep it in the Asian theme. So we might... Oh, look at all the elephants in this side of the habitat as well. They never come over here. I think we might go with the bamboo because there aren't many building pieces, but we can definitely use this like thatched roof we have, and that should tie everything in together. So I think we'll do that. And because we've got power over here, we don't have to put a solar panel on the roof, which is definitely helpful because that means, you know, we've got fewer solar panels that need maintenance, basically. Let's start building that up. It's a little bit bumpy there, but I don't think it's too bad. Just wondering if we can smooth out that little bump there. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That looks much better. I think that's kind of the best I can make that path there. It's just a little bit squiggly, but it's fine. It'll work, and it's definitely traversable for the staff, so it's not an issue. Right, let's build this building in here. I think I might even use some of these logs to tie it into this habitat because I do think they're very cool. And other than that, I want to be using bamboo and the thatched roof pieces that we have, but the like Indonesian thatched roof. So I wanted to use these thick wooden logs as like the main foundation of this building that kind of ties it together with other habitats as well, and it gives it kind of a strong foundation and makes the building look a bit more sturdy. And then I used these small Indonesian roof pieces, and I don't know why I didn't use the bigger ones. I just saw the small ones and I went with it, but I wanted to use like a overlapping layering system, so it kind of looks like the one that we did for the elephant habitat that's just in front of the building. And then I wanted to use the green bamboo because it's one of the few sustainable materials that's also in the Asian theme for the construction pieces. So we're using green bamboo as well as the wooden logs. And I kind of like how they look together. I think they do complement each other. And then this was when I realized I'd made a massive error by tilting the roof manually and not going by a 45-degree angle that would line up perfectly with the other construction pieces that are on a grid. And then I stumbled onto the large roof pieces and I decided I was just going to get rid of this roof and put the big one in that's much easier to build. And I wanted to add in some of the yellow bamboo pieces that just add a bit of variation and a bit of depth to the building, make it look much fuller. And then I decided that seeing as I already had a little box room off to the side for the vets to do their research in, it's kind of perfect for one of the solar panels, and it means that this whole area has its own power supplies. So we're not going to keep having an issue where it stops being powered the second the other solar panel reduces its range at all. So I put a solar panel on the roof and connected it with some stairs, and I wanted to keep these on a gradual ramp down so that less able staff were also able to access the roof and do any required maintenance on the solar panel. And then to round off this build, I wanted to make something a little bit different, and I never use rocks for planting. I always use flowers. So I decided to make a bit of a rock feature out the front. And this is also going to be a unique type of habitat for some insects, I'm sure, that will hide in the crevices. It's kind of like an insect hotel, but we've made it naturally out of rocks. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. We went for a different thing here because I'm always using like flowers out the front as well. So I went for kind of a rock planter this time. And I like how it's turned out with like the logs and the bamboo. And I thought I'd kind of reinforce this little walking area. And I threw in a solar panel because I figured if it's right on the border, the second this solar panel starts deteriorating, we're going to get alerts that the research building doesn't have any power. So it doesn't seem that bad to give it a solar panel. And it's realistically high up as well. The only thing I don't like is this rope coming out of the roof, but I kind of just made my peace with that. There's not too much I can fiddle around with before I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'll leave it. We'll just pretend it's not there. So now we've got this set up. Let's create the work zone for this. And this is going to be our Asia work zone. So it's going to include everything from over here. I don't think it needs all this stuff, but I'm just going to add the water stuff in as well. But it definitely needs the education and the habitats in it. I think this is everything, and it's got the keeper hut and the staff room there. This should be all we need for the Asia zone. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave this in the Africa zone, this set of shops, because I think that's fine. And then we're going to edit the Africa zone to take out these bits. Oh, so I hadn't put the power and stuff in there before, but that's fine. Let's take that out. I think that's all of them gone now. So they have their own work zone now. And we've just had an alert. Is that the inspector's at the zoo? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yep. Literally said yes. Okay, cool. Right, well, they're out. Let's move our staff members into the work zones now. So we've got a lot of people in Africa. I think this one I'm going to move to the Asia work zone. In fact, let's see how many keepers we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 keepers on this work zone. I think we need 3 in the Africa work zone and maybe 2 here. So I'm going to put one of them in now. Oh, it's work zone 7 it's called until I rename it. Asia zone. And then we're going to hire another keeper and put them on as well. In fact, I think I might move one of the more experienced keepers, like one of the level 5 keepers to the Asia zone. And then we've got 2 keepers on this section now, because it's not that many habitats to do. There's only 4 habitats at the minute, and one of them is completely empty. So I don't think it's too bad, but I would like a couple of keepers. And then other than that, we're going to need our educators. So if we close these, educators, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Africa zone. And again, we probably want a couple at least. I think I'm going to leave 3 on there and hire another educator as well, because we've got loads of money. So let's do the same again, where we're going to move an experienced one to the Asia zone. And then our new one to the Asia zone. And there's now 3 on the Africa zone and 2 on the Asia zone. I think that's fine. I think that'll be good. The endangered exhibit says that they've got a high workload, but then there's 2 more that say they're efficient. So I think that's probably okay. Maintenance-wise, I also think we're pretty good. Security can definitely be trained up. And the caretakers, let's hire another caretaker and put another one on maintenance too, because this zone keeps getting bigger. So I want to make sure we're keeping up with the demand. I think they're similar sizes now, though. I have to say, like, maintenance 1 and maintenance... Oh, maintenance 2 is probably a lot bigger, actually, now. So maintenance 1 is just there, whereas maintenance 2 is all of this. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, and then when we get a maintenance 3, it can probably absorb some of the Asia stuff, and that'll work quite nicely. Oh, look at them playing with their babies! Oh, that's adorable! Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? They're both playing in the mud bath together. That's so cute. How it's like looking at its baby. Very, very cute animals. I'm so glad we've got the elephants in here. And I think this looks quite cool, like set against the jaguar habitat as well. Oh, our jaguars, not jaguars, leopards. Our leopards should be in here now. Yes, our female has been successfully retrieved. She's not pregnant, but they are both fertile, so hopefully we do get them soon. And our habitat is a cleanliness disease risk. That's not good. Well, we did just move everyone over. Oh no, that's not good. Is that the... Oh, it's just a guest. I thought it was the inspector. Well, let's call the keeper for these guys then. But I don't think we need more keepers than that. I have to say, we've just messed up the work zone. So I'm kind of assuming it's because of that. I don't want to make any rash decisions. I'm also going to move this seating away and take this bench from here. And this is a key viewing area. So again, let's do the same. Maybe in the corner here. Gonna have a bit more seating over here. But there's not that many places to view the Père Davis deer, and they've got some seating here, so I want them to be able to see through. But I'm gonna take this seat away too. I think that should be good though. And they're being fed as well. Feeding time. Look at that food variety. Look at those watermelons. They look great. And all the babies running up. And it looks like the leopards have been fed as well. Tucking into some meat of some variety. I don't know what animal that is, but it must be some kind of like elephant's ribcage, because that is enormous. What have we got? Have we finished the vet research on these guys? Because we might have food level 3. We have! Okay, cool. They have plowed through that. We're 100% research on everyone, which means we can go into animals and food and give them the grade 3 food. And this, at least, it won't feed a habitat that's empty. So our male habitat right now there's no food being put in it, which is what we want. Because there's no one in it to eat it, and it's just going to go gross and be wasted. I would like to do some wilding in our zoo as well. I think that would be really fun. So I'm going to just go over what we've built already and put in, like, there's loads of empty spaces here. I want to put some big trees in that would reasonably grow here. And from the North American trees, if we go filters, biome, temperate, that are found in North America, these are all of the trees that the game says could be grown in this region. So we've got to go with that in this case. I'm not going to grow redwoods because I feel like that's a bit ridiculous. But other than that, I'm pretty sure all these trees we planted in other habitats before anyway. So we can go with those. Plenty of trees to have some interesting... To just make the zoo more interesting and massively contribute to the biodiversity as well. So I'm going to go through and just upgrade this whole area with a lot more planting. Starting with trees. And now we've added some trees in. We've got a few varieties of trees. So we've mainly put in beech trees, London planes, and elm trees. And these are really gonna add some diversity to like the birds that can live here. Which look at these nesting opportunities. It's really important that we add these in, but I don't just want to put these in. I want to put some hedgerows in because they are also amazing for local birds that can nest in them. So let's put some hedges in. I think I'm going to line the areas here with hedgerows because it should add quite a lot of interest and a lot of biodiversity. So I'm going to go for that. And as well as hedgerows, I want to add a load of flowers in. So I've done quite a lot of hedgerows, but then for the other spots which don't have as many hedgerows, I want to do a bunch of flowers just like we did here with the meadow buttercups. And I think they're actually the perfect flower for this because they just add so much vibrancy as well. So I'm going to add some flowers to this area. Okay, that is a lot more flowers, but I do think it really brings the place to life. And I love these little fig trees on here. I did forget to randomly rotate like all of the trees and a number of the other plants. So that's slightly annoying, but I'm just going to do that manually there. And then it adds a bit more variety. And I think we can also get rid of this Fox Street Coffee and Pipshot Water because they've got the provision like just over here. So it should be absolutely fine. They should be getting their needs met. I don't want to give them a vending machine right next to the actual building that serves it. So planting wise, I've done a lot of this area, but I did miss all of this habitat along here and around here. I don't want to encroach too much on the wetlands area because that is like its own biome and we've done its own thing. But I do think it would be nice to put some hedgerows maybe back here and then throw in some meadows, flowers just between the habitats. So I'm going to add them in now. Okay, I think that's a lot. Now, we have a lot of meadow buttercups, and I think maybe in other areas of the zoo moving forward, we'll use a different flower if we do a bit of a wilding project. But you can just see how much greener this makes the whole area. And when you combine it with the long grass that we've put in everywhere, and I'm just trying to make sure that we have actually put it in everywhere, like including along these little habitat edges, when you combine it with the long grass, it really gives you like such a massive boost to the biodiversity. Like think of all the insects that can live in the long grasses and the flowers and the hedgerows. We've got like the birds that can live in the hedgerows and all of the trees as well. Like this is really like the idea is that this becomes a bit of a haven for wildlife, and I think we are achieving that much better by doing this. In fact, there's a couple that went a bit weird, but generally I think we planted most of these okay. Yeah, I think that's good there, isn't it? Look at this place, though. It looks so much more alive with all the flowers out and the trees. Like, I really like having more trees around here, too. It really does, like, it adds so much. Look at that. We didn't have this tree before. And the hedgerows, like, I feel like it's really come alive a lot more just by doing this wilding. Look at that. Like, it's so much nicer. It makes a massive difference, I think. And the place is just looking so much greener now. That's all we're going to do in this video, and we'll continue our zoo with a new animal in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one.